before, but I can tell you, God, he brought me out. Anybody here know today that God will bring you out? He'll bring you out in the worst wilderness experience. Doesn't matter how bad it is. If you look to God, he will surely bring you through. Oh, glory. Hallelujah today. He took not away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night. God was showing them that in the daytime, I'm going to be with you. And at the nighttime, I'm going to be with you. Today, in today's day, I don't care where you're going. If you got God on the inside, God is with you. I don't care where you go. Sometimes, right before you get ready to walk into the door of your office, you got to say a little prayer. Say, now, Lord, I need you today. I need you to guide me. Guide my tongue. Guide everything about me, because I want to let my light shine today. You see, some of us, and I say us because that's what we ought to say sometimes. You want a job, and it's a terrible wilderness. You got an alligator over here. You got a rattler over here. You got all kind of snakes on your job trying to pull you down. You got snakes downtown. You got snakes uptown trying to make decisions, trying to figure out a way to cut your wages, trying to figure out a way to do more work with less pay. Anybody know what I'm talking about today? Hallelujah. That's a wilderness. You're already trying to work hard, trying to do all that you can. And while you're working hard, these CEOs are working even harder, trying to figure out how they can raise the prices of everything, trying to figure out how they can get more for themselves. And I realized I didn't pronounce the R, but you see, that's the way it is. They just want more money, more money, more money. If you look at statistics, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. The poor people are living in a wilderness. But I want to tell you, in just a few days, God is going to move like he's never moved before. God is going to show the world who he is. God is going to begin to do the miraculous like never before. Right now, God is doing miracles in somebody's body. God is doing miracles on your behalf. There's something being worked out right now in heaven on your behalf. This week, you're going to see a change. You're going to send me a text. You're going to call me. You're going to say, Pastor, I was struggling with this, but all of a sudden, things turned around. It's in the wilderness that things turn around because you learn how to call on God. Somebody say, I called on the Lord. I got an answer. I called on the Lord, and he answered my prayer. Somebody said, he's faster than right now. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The power of the wilderness experience. You see, when you're in the wilderness, you have a greater desire to call on God. When the walls around you seemingly are crushing in, glory be to God. When I was in school trying to get my accounting degree, it seemed like I lived in a constant wilderness, but I was calling on God. Lord, I need you to help me pass this test. I studied all night long, studied and studied, saying, Lord, I need to get through this. I want to tell you, all the way through school, God was with me all the way. It seemed like I always had the toughest professors, but God said to me, I gave you the toughest professors because I was going to put you in some tough positions. And had your professor not been tough, you wouldn't be able to handle the things that you handle. Oh, glory, hallelujah. They reminded me of a job that I got. He said, you're the first person in a long time that we've hired from an HBCU. We've been hiring folk from the Ivy League schools, Harvard and Columbia and all those places. And so we decided to hire you. That meant that I was under pressure to perform. People looked at me. What's this boy from Mississippi? What can he do? And so the first day they gave me the books for a finance company that hadn't been reconciled in several years. Put it on my desk and say, Jenkins, reconcile this, get it straightened out. But I want to tell you, every assignment that I had, the Lord and I got through it. Every time they would put the hard stuff on me, I was in a wilderness, but God saw me through. I want to tell you, there's power in the wilderness because you learn God at another level. You learn that when the pressure's on, God is faster. That right now you understand that the God you have, the God you serve, He got all power in His hands. Go and sit at a national board meeting with people from all over the nation. And I remember one day the president told me, we were on St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, sitting up at the top of inside of a beautiful hotel that overlooked the water right there. And he said, Jenkins, you're going to have a hard time today. He said, man, you're going to have, I said, President, you need to be encouraging me. Thinking this to myself, he said, boy, you're going to have a hard time. I think I took 9 proposals over there. 9 of them. Got all 9 of them passed. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. One guy wanted to give me trouble over a church, man. I was trying to get a loan from a church, and he gave me all kind of trouble. But you see, God knows how in the wilderness to give you an answer. Hallelujah. Because see, I always did my stuff right. If I put $35 million in there, then I knew how I came up with that figure. Well, how did you get this? Well, you see, based on today's research, the average for all of this is 33 million, and I actually increased it by 2 million so that we would make sure that we had enough. Oh, okay. God will see you through. You're going to be challenged. The devil always has somebody at every meeting. One of our current Supreme Court judges, his brother-in-law was on the board. I'm going to tell you what his name is. Man, talk about tough. He was always tough and always asking the tough questions. It was almost like a constant wilderness. But God would always see me through. Every time. And I stood always between them and my sister.